Hey everybody, it's Chris, GearNoir on theshavingcadre.com. How are you this fine morning? It's a little bit late in the morning. Again, it's that Monday sleep-in day. Gotta have it. I'm still pretty tired from over the weekend and a long work week last week, and I've got a busy day ahead of me, so I'm going to get right into this. Let's see. I got a care package in from Dave in Kentucky on the TSC forums. Thank you, Dave. I mentioned that I had never tried, Arianna Evans shaving soaps before. So, sorry, I'm talking off camera there. Rude. But, so he sent along a very generous sampler package of 4 of their different scents. I got the Revolution, whatever you want to say, the Novelist, L'Orange Vert, and Grecian Horse. These are some of the more common scents that I've seen people use, so I'm very happy to use them. Thank you again, Dave. Today, he also sent me something else I'm going to use today, a EDT sample from Chatillon Lux Lavande Poivre. I think that's how you pronounce it. But it's like a lavender kind of EDT. And he didn't send me this, but I'm going to be using this as my aftershave. Myrsol Formula C. It's violet, which is not lavender, but it's still got a very nice cooling and a little bit of a sweet, flowery, candy lavender. I think it'll go nicely. I'm going to use the Revolution today. Off the tub. I'm doing a lot of talking. Here I go. 2 minutes already. This was the most mild of the scents, I think. The kind of, I don't want to say neutral because it's not really neutral, but I think it could go with most aftershaves and whatnot. I get actually, Chad, I haven't looked up any of the notes on these things, so I couldn't tell you what they are. They're all very, what do I want to say, cologne kind of scents. Very manly. I don't think, I mean, a lady could use these kinds of soaps, but for me, it invokes a more masculine kind of scent. I actually get a little bit of hay kind of outside off of this. There's like a dark note in there, like a damp hay. But otherwise, it's very mellow. It's super hard to pick out any one particular scent other than that darker note. And the scent is definitely changing the longer I'm smelling it. So it could very well turn in from hay into tumbleweed. But this is the Novelist. I get kind of a leathery, I don't know, little bit of wood. Hard to say. I don't get it. I think I remember they're supposed to have like some tobacco or something, but I don't really get that. Grecian Horse. This is one of the stronger scented ones. Can't place that for beans. Sorry. But what was it? Lavert Orange. It was a very nice one. Also a strongly scented one. Very spicy. I do get the hint of an orange. But it's not regular like citrus, generic navel orange. It's almost like blood orange or something. But and it's got like an Old Spice kind of zing to it that it feels like. But there's that. I better get this going. So what I've done is I've loaded about half of the the Revolution sample into my nice little bowl here. There it is. Oh, I'm going to pause you real quick. I forgot something important. All right, there we go. Wasn't going to get very far without my brush. I don't know how that happened. I was listening to same Dave in Kentucky's video from this morning that he posted, his blindfold shave, which I'll talk about that later. But Big Bruce. So about half the sample loaded up here. These soaps are very soft, which is nice. Not quite CBL soft, but maybe a few steps firmer than that. Get some more water in here. The scents, all the scents are very nice. What's left of these samples after I get a couple uses out of them will definitely be going in my clown puke tub. So here we go. I know Dave in Kentucky likes these soaps. That's why he was able to send me some samples. Nurse Dave loves Arianna Evans. Josh Dagwood Z likes A&E. Those are the main folks I've seen using them. Very thick, sticky soap. Definitely gotta need more water here. Already pretty slick, that's for sure. So, yeah, I just had an ultra busy weekend. Feeling pretty sore, even though I didn't have to do yard work yesterday. I should have, but it was Mother's Day. So we celebrated my wife. We services in the morning. Afternoon. Went home actually to have some lunch before packing up some snacks and going out to a nearby lake, kind of river area where there's a bunch of things people can do on the water. There's some boats out there and people on paddle boards and whatnot. We just kind of sat and let the kids play in the water. That's what she wanted to do, actually, my wife. And either I loaded a lot or this is just a really thirsty soap. Still feels really thick. Feels great though. Maybe I should have built my lather beforehand. So I did that, spent a few hours there, or at least a couple. And it took us a while to get there. It's only like a 20-minute trip, but something major was going on 50, one of our major freeways. And it took us like almost an hour instead to get there. They had blocked off a huge chunk of the freeway, so we had to go around. And I'm gonna stop there with the lather. It's really slick, still kind of thick right now, but it's already at 4 minutes and I gotta get going. So there was that, and I came home afterward, made dinner, pancakes, eggs, and chorizo. I am not much of a cook. I can follow directions on boxes and cookbook recipes and whatnot, but I'm not very experienced as a cook, so I don't venture out into new things very often. But breakfast worked. I can do breakfast. Really nice slickness on the soap. Scent is very subtle, at least to me. Your nose might be going blind to it already, but so yeah, nice day yesterday. My first day off of my quote-unquote weekend. Yeah, so I was watching Dave and KY's, this Dave, there's so many Daves on our site. Shave video, his blindfold shave. Did a really good job. No incidents, battle damage, or what does Rich say? Hole plating damage. But he used a Psychotech, which is a really nice safe option. I mean, not safe as in bad, but like physical safety, because you really can't see what you're doing. That kind of safe. It was a wise option, we'll say that. But I normally use my feather, as you're seeing today. So that's kind of the conundrum. Do I bravely attempt my feather, at least a pass or two, blindfolded? See what let me add a little more water. When I do shave with an open blade, the issue is that there are a lot of visual cues that I use, like paying attention to the angle of my blade. If you can't see the angle of your blade, I mean, you have to go totally by what's rolling around in your fingers, how the tang feels. And I mean, there's jimps, you can tell what's the bottom, but you have to, and then you've got this whole length to worry about rather than just a little DE head's worth. So paying attention to angles, there's a lot of room for paying attention to when the blade is actually going to touch your face and how far you have between, what am I doing? Second pass. Surface of your skin and the edge of the blade. So I'm thinking about it, there's actually a lot of things I clue into visually, necessarily so, to keep me from hurting myself. And I mean, that's pretty much constant throughout the entire pass with an open blade razor. Some guys might do it differently and might do a lot more by feel. There is a certain amount of muscle memory, like Dave was talking about, doing the same strokes so often. I'm just less than 300 open blade shaves, most of them with the feather, but I don't know if I feel confident enough to do it blindfolded. There's a lot of danger in that. So we'll see. I'll make that decision. It's not going to be today, obviously, but I will probably attempt this challenge at some point this month. Something else I do that's different. I mean, other people do it, but some people are more practiced. I have very short strokes. Not all my even with the DE, not all my strokes are long and continuous, like say Rich's or Chris's, CB Lindsay, or Handlebarber Dave's. So the more often you pick up and put down the razor, especially with an open blade, the more likely you're going to have a bad start to a stroke and give yourself a little racing stripe or something. Things to consider. So this soap, the Revolution, is really nice. Is it elite? I'm going to use it again tomorrow. Probably make that decision then. I don't think I fully developed the lather. I definitely could have used a little bit more water. The slickness is there. I'm already getting a nice face feel. Feels like good protection. So I can see why the soap is liked. It's definitely not your average soap, like a English European classic, like I don't know, Parasso or anything like that, where it's just like tier 2, kind of a good starter kind of soap. I mean, not that you can't keep using Parasso, I do, but it definitely lacks some finer qualities of other soaps, like this one. What am I doing? This is past 3. I'm all jumbled up. I'm going to relather, and I'm going to fast forward this part just for you guys, because I messed up. I'm on past 3, and here I am doing past 2 all over again. So here we go. I'll be back in just a minute. All right, there we go. So all I did was, as you saw, a lather soak after I re-lathered and actually did a third pass, which is not another against the grain pass as I had started to do, but I usually clean up with my DE, which this case was my Razorback Game Changer 0.68. Yeah, it's kind of a against the grain, across the grain hybrid pass. But so I did a lather soak after that. Let it sit for a minute while I cleaned off my brush. Nice cold water rinse afterward. I did get a few little nicks here, just some follicles that I nicked, but those will close up pretty quickly. And then I applied my Thayers Medicated. There's Thayers. And also I did my Myrsol C aftershave, which just smells great. Violet candies. Oh, so good. I'm not a big floral guy, but I do have come to enjoy that. All right, now the Chatillon Lux, what is it? Lavande Poivre. However you say that. Nice little sample here. My hands aren't slippery enough to get this off. We shall see. It was very nice to send these things. Maybe a bit evil for how small this thing is. Come on, fingers, grip. Almost there. Almost there. There we go. It's very nice, bright lavender. I'm not going to use the little stick. Let's put some on my... Very simple lavender, it smells like. Yeah, very simple, very clean. Reminds me like if Fine did a version of lavender along the lines of their fresh vetiver. Same kind of deal. This is what it would be like, I think. But I mean, that's not knocking Chatillon Lux. I've just never used anything from them either. Put that little stopper back there. Yeah, there we go. Didn't use a whole lot. Just to kind of give it a test today. It just smells really good. I'll probably put on some more later. Busy day today otherwise. I've got a teaching to get done for Thursday. The Bible study that I help out with. One of the pastors that I help. We're starting James. I get to do James 1. That's the Christian scriptures. So that's a lot of work to do between now and Thursday morning. And then I've got a meeting later today. I've got a lunch meeting tomorrow. Hey, free lunch, Dave, Nurse Dave. Yeah, my meeting tonight is like, starts at 6:30 to 8 or something like that. And I'm a part of a chaplain. My dog's scratching. I'm a part of a chaplain group at church. Just like a first responder emergency, not necessarily medical, but like crisis kind of things, or just general emergencies. People don't know what to do, don't know who else to call, so they call us. So there's that, and I got my kids. My wife's got a class later this afternoon, and hopefully somewhere in there I'll get some laundry done and maybe get some relaxing, but we'll see. Anyway, good to be back with you this week. Hope to see you on www.theshavingcadre.com. Big challenge out there. Not just the stunt shave blindfold challenge, but which I'm going to consider doing, 200 member challenge. Chad, C. Vargo on the Shaving Cadre. We need your help. Chad is going to shave his legs when we hit 200 members. Yes, you heard me. He's going to take his traditional shaving gear, razor and brush and whatever else he deems necessary, and he is going to shave his legs. I haven't seen Chad's legs, but if he's like most guys, it's going to be quite the spectacle, and he's going to get it on film. You could be a part of that. We want you. Where's my Uncle Sam hat? We want you. But we are at like 194, 195. You can be making part of making TSC history. Otherwise, check us out at the Shaving Cadre. Tons of great things going on. Bingo, this weird old game of bingo going on that Chad's calling, with all these like word problems and I'm following along, but unfortunately this last week I just haven't had the time to try to figure things out. My weekend recap was my day of playing. But yeah, check us out there. Tons of great folks, guys like Dave in Kentucky, whose generous samples have me trying A&E for the first time today. You can see there's still quite a bit in the bowl for as long as I loaded. I probably loaded like 15 seconds or something like that. And still plenty left in the little sampler. And here I am, I'm rambling, I'm doing it. Thankfully that middle part that last pass was kind of fast forwarded there, but I'm gonna get out of here. I've got lots of stuff to do. So I'll see you later. Have a great week, guys.